Didi here in my studio for part two. I think it's going to just be a part two of my journal for me. The one that we started in part one, where I was going to focus on the city that I was born and raised. As you can see, this is the cover, and I said that I was going to put all the pages in and cut up the maps and put all that down, and then come back to you when we're ready to do some more, rather to do some decorating. So more decorating, because I already knew that I was going to do this in the front. So I was cutting up stuff, and then I got over here and I started to do this, and I said, wait, I'm supposed to do that on camera. So let me show you what I got so far, and then we'll go over it, what I plan to add, because I did prep a little bit of stuff so they won't be so tremendously long. So of course, this is the cover. Everything's put in here. We've got some old coffee dyed music paper, which is lifting a little bit here, but let me just put a little glue. And like I said, the ransom letters, so they didn't fit originally, and I had to cut around them and take off all the extra white. But this is basically it. I have the New York City subway map on the behind in black and white. They're in the order that they should be. This is the Manhattan bus line. I just threw a piece of paper, a coffee dyed paper on the side, just to add that little bit of vintage, the little bit of rustic, junk journal-y kind of flair. This is also Manhattan's map, another black and white, but it's a different one because these are the accessible locations for wheelchairs. Not that I need one, but it's a different map that's available on the MTAI. And then, so we need to put something here. We need to put something here. And then I have a bunch of other little things and knickknacks that little sticker things that I was going to put, and I'll tell you that in a minute. Another subway. Then I put the Bronx. Did cut it a little lower than shorter rather. It needed to be a little longer, so I just put some music paper. So I'm alternating between the music paper and the book pages that were coffee dyed. Okay, so I have a couple things to put here. We have the pocket that's here. This is part of the express service for someplace. I think I want to say this is still the Bronx, but I could have messed that up. But anyway, it's just to give it some flair. We're going to be putting tags and stuff like that, so it's just backdrop. We'll put something here. I cut the Metro cards that were big, a little different than having this torn edge, but it's cool. I left a little bit of space over here. I don't know if I want to take maybe some of these coins and just like kind of tuck them, so we shall see. We need to put something here. Hopefully we can cover the staples. I forgot that showed. We then have still some more of the Bronx. So those were the Bronx and Manhattan. This image is of the subway trains seating with the pole, the bar that you hold. And basically this is now getting into the Brooklyn and the Queens of it all. And so like, this is where I was like, well, this is how we got around, right? And these are the tokens, the ones that would be in the lifetime and the time that I used the trains and subways and buses. And these are the lines that I most typically used. So I grew up writing the L, the M, the J. I had to use the 6 a lot when I was going to college. And the 7 would get us across Manhattan here and there to Queens. So I was starting to do this. I need to put a little piece of tape here, but this is going to go right there so I could tuck something and have a nice little pocket. Then we're going to get into the hood. So this is the Brooklyn Queens map. We're going to put some stuff here. This is sideways, which doesn't bother me. I wanted to start getting some different shapes. A lot of it was becoming very repetitious because it's the same map. It's just different sections of them that are saying what they are for. So the hood being mostly Brooklyn, some book page. Then we go into Brooklyn and Queens. Okay, and this is where I kind of, bulk of my time traveling back and forth. This may just be a decorative page, so I might just add. I did try to make some clusters because to sit there and see me make the same cluster over and over again might be a little annoying, so I just, you know what, let's just put it down. Hopefully you can see it. Yes, I think you're in the page. So all I did was take one of my labels in black, the black squoval, the little rectangle, and the little oval in like a yellowish, vintagey yellow, and another one of those token representations. So I made a bunch of these in different directions, and I'm gonna just put this guy right here, and we will add some more to that in a minute. We need to put something here. Again, turned it because changing the direction of stuff, the visual sameness. Then we have, this is Queens, so mostly this is the Queens bus line, so I'm going to put some stuff here. This is actually back to the Bronx over here. And then we have full-on Manhattan and Bronx in the subway, the dark scene, just to give it a different color. This is part of Staten Island. And then we have some of the Staten Island book page and some more Staten Island. And then in the back, I just have the MTA and some of this sticking out. So we have pretty much all the base pages like laid out. So what I want to do is I want to add elements here and here. So what I have a bunch of cutoffs, like from all the pages. You know, I stopped throwing them out just because I was like, wait a minute, I might need stuff. So let me show you what I have and what we're going to play with. So I had some of these and I cut them out to tags. They can be journaling on the back. I do want to ink them around the edges. They're going to be put in different pockets. So I have 3 of those. So we're going to take care of settling up that. I have this image that I did want to incorporate. I want to put it somewhere down here, one of these pockets, just because. I also have a car, a taxi that I can place. That's another option to put down here, just to have some of the things that are seen every day in Manhattan. This thing here with the Metro cards, I want to make like a flap kind of situation, maybe to here, so that I'm doing scoring it here, attaching it, and then like it can flap, and just to create some interest into the thing, into the overall space. We're probably gonna put another bunch of, so I made a bunch of these. I said, you know, we have 20 pages, we have we could spread them out, sprinkle them out wherever. This is gonna go someplace, my favorite building. This is the Brooklyn Bridge, so I cut this out, and I'm gonna use this as one of the things that I'm gonna use as journal writing. And with this, I'm gonna be putting out some coffee dye paper that I have over there. So we still need to cut a couple more cards, but I think we can get some of these guys down as we go through this right here. So with the Bronx, let's say we can put that here. I think that would be okay. So we're gonna just put a few of these here and there. We don't have enough for every single page, and that would be a little bit much, but I did make quite a few so that there would be something that went throughout the whole booklet. So again, like all I did was I took different versions of the tokens and 3 of my labels in order to zhuzh that up. So let's look at those pages again. So this page is good. We're going to put something here. We're going to put something there. I think when we started in the last time you saw, I don't know if I want to do something like this because I was thinking to put them as a belly band. So I want to recreate this in a better, you know, setup, because this is much better how it's printed. Or I could do some stenciling. So we're going to figure that out. So we have something here, something here. So let's figure that out. So this is Manhattan right now. It's more current. I could just cut it out from here. There's a lot of white. Let me making sure that you guys can see my stuff. It's a lot of white though. This way. What side do I like better? The middle? Now this is not the Empire State Building. This is the new what is it called? World Trade after 9/11. So that's that. So do I want to keep that in here? to do that. So this would be lower. All right, we're gonna do this. So let's get this guy set up here. Okay, we're going to cut that and trim that here and trim that at this little house. I'm going to use my trimmer, and we're going to take care of that. So let's see here. Let's get rid of this first. So we got rid of this, and then we're looking for that little mark. There's a little mark, and we're getting rid of a good amount of the city, even though I would have loved to have kept that. I think keeping the buildings is more important. It's a little shorter than I would have liked. Oh, this is when you don't measure exactly that you kind of get like, oh, I would have liked to have more of this. I could I? How ghetto is that gonna look? Yeah, that's not giving. So I think we'll see if, well, you know what? I'm gonna have to hold off on that. Oh, wow. Sometimes things just happen for a reason. Yes. Let's see here. Nope, that's not gonna fit. Alright, let's backtrack. Let's rewind and try to do, let's maybe do this guy here. So this one doesn't need as much as this, and maybe right here. So let's try this again and hope that I don't muck up this one. So we're going to cut that here to the nose, and then we're going to cut that here, and we're going to cross our fingers and hope that I got that correct now. Okay, and that is very nicely on point. Okay, so let's just ink this bad boy up, and put it on the page. Okay, so I'm an aggressive inker, so you will see that. You've seen that. You see it in here when you look, when I showed you my journal. All of a sudden I'm all congested. Let's do this. Let's do this. And I was using glue before, but now that everything is down more, I don't want to get a lot of what is that called? Glue stick all over everything. So we're just gonna do like a traditional matting. Like I said, I do cards and scrapbooking, so the traditional matting is not something that is foreign to me. I'm not gonna put anything there right now because it is, you know, already there. We're gonna stuff things in here. I kind of want to use a stencil, like I need to. Oh, and these guys. So I have an idea with these guys that have these. I'm gonna make additional tags where they say that the cities. So this is the Bronx, the Queens, Staten Island. So we'll have a few that look like this and a few that look like this, and we're gonna add those in, and then we're gonna also make journal cards with the rest of the paper. So I think with this though, I want to add a little something. I don't know. Does it really matter what it is? I don't know. Okay, so let's see. Just a little bit. I think I want to just kind of go a little bit around this little area right now where the word for Manhattan is, and maybe some up here. Okay, so it's just a little something extra that's just peeking there. So now what can I put here? The options are to leave that guy more or less blank for the most part on the top, right? Or maybe, yes, we could do this, and then I could put the Empire State Building as part of this tuck. I think that's what I want to do. Yeah, because Manhattan. And the Empire State Building is where? It's in Manhattan. So I'm just inking around. And we're going to attach this bad boy on here. Now, as for as long as I've been alive and been in New York, I've never been to the Empire State Building, even though it is my favorite. And I have a building, on a building. I have a painting of it in my house that I purchased back in the years gone by, where I used to live in Ridgewood. You would find this people that would come to the outside of the buildings, different places, different facilities, and they would have paintings that they would sell. And one day they had a painting. It was in a black and white motif, and it was in this really nice black and white frame. And the painting was like $20, and the frame was like $20. It's a nice frame. And yeah, I picked it up, and I've had it with me ever since. It's hanging in my hallway in my new home. Okay, so I'm gonna attach this slightly here to the top, and there we go, another embellishment. So we still have the tuck. It's a little bigger, it's a little more involved, and we've gotten 2 pages kind of decorated. Now this is the New York City subway map. So this is Manhattan, and on this one I need to add several things which go along with what I was talking about in terms of how do you call it? What is it? Things that relate to me. Let's just call it that. I'm going to do a light, even though it's the subway map, I'm going to do a light brushing of the, what is this called again? Tire tread pattern, whatever. Because, hey, why not? Alright, just light, nothing major. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to document some of the things that are significant to me. Now, I said we might use some of these. I don't know how just yet, so I'm going to just put them to the side. These 2 coin things, don't know if I'm going to bring those in. These are before my time and after I stopped driving. I started driving and stopped using public transportation, basically. So, these guys here. All of these things are important places, things that I went through, places that I visited. So I'm looking for the ones that are in Manhattan. So I know that I went to college in a couple of the places in Manhattan, and what is it called? I'm looking for it. This is when you have too many of these things, right? There we go. That's another one. Okay. This, so, I mean, Manhattan was something that we visited when I was younger. And so I'm looking for a couple of things here. I'm looking for the one that says Central Park. Because, of course, that's one that we all... growing up in New York would have probably visited. Here we go. So what I did was I used that little this guy and I plotted out the places that I went to the most. And so looking at this, I need to pull off the backing, and I just goofed that up right now. Okay, so I'm taking off Central Park, and I'm going over here, New York subway map. It doesn't have the Manhattan part because it got cut off, so maybe I should go to the one over here. Yes, I'm gonna go over here and just put it wherever it feels like I would have visited. So this will be a little aspect. So this is the thing that I wanted to add. So Central Park is here. And then I'm going to have to go back to Manhattan over here. And then maybe I might not putting it here because it's not showing on the other map. Let's see. Do I have another map? Map. No. Okay. Well, I kind of backfired, but that's okay. It's alright. It's gonna all work out. Because, you know, this is for me, so it's not like, you know, it's, there's no right or wrong. I know what I was trying to accomplish, and, you know, I just have to adjust. I do, though, want it to be near, more or less, where it's supposed to be. So we've got The other thing was that I went to Hunter College, University, and I also did some time, like jail time. I also did some time at Baruch, which is a little lower. And I'm not looking exactly where it is, but more or less. Because, oh no, not crooked. Not crooked. So, downtown somewhat. So, in Manhattan, these are some of the significant little places. We're going to do some tucking of some stuff there. The New York, so here I think we will add another aspect. I think I wanted to add the flap. So let's do that. So how I want to add the flap is I want to score it where the Metro cards are. So I gotta swap this out. And I need to score it. Let's see. Here. It's a little crooked. It's a little bit crooked. But it's alright. It's not that bad. Okay. Well, maybe not. It's alright. It's okay. And I'm just gonna like put that here. And then I could have it where I can do some journaling. I just don't like the fact that I'm cutting off some of this here. So that's a disappointment. But I don't know. See, now I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Oh, wow. So, yeah, this is what happens. You don't have a plan. Well, you have sort of a plan, but then you don't have a plan, and now it's like you're stuck with, what am I going to do here? So, I could, just to be different, let's just use this guy. We cut him out. We didn't have a spot, but we can use him here. Now, it's technically, from what I hear from junk journalers or journal people, that when you do a belly band, you do it vertically or portrait, not necessarily landscape, because you don't want things to fall out. So this is not going to be a belly band like that, but it will be a pocket, but I'm gonna like float it above so that it's over the entire thing. So we're going to put glue on the edges that we need to, and on the bottom, right? So bottom here. Okay. So with that, we'll have that somewhere. Let's just place it right about here. And I guess I could place 2 of the tags. So let's place 1. So let's just do this guy. Now, I don't know about putting thread and all that stuff. I left the hole, I made the hole rather, and then I'm like, maybe not, maybe I shouldn't have, but it's there. So I'm gonna leave it there. The other thing that I was thinking of was maybe taking instead one of these coins, the plenty. I could cover it up in half and just do that. You know what? I'm gonna do that because it doesn't make any sense. I don't want to put string inside here. So we're just gonna do that because these guys were already cut with the hole punch. Okay. So there we go. I'm gonna have this tag right there, and maybe we'll put another one, maybe not, I'm not sure. Okay, the Bronx only has one thing that is kind of the main go-to as a New Yorker, and that of course is the zoo. So all I'm gonna have is a little tab that says the zoo and call it done, because you know what, I'm not trying to tell an entire story, just a little bit of a story. So the zoo. Now, where is the zoo? I think it's somewhere over here. Don't know for sure, but like I said, we are just making references and having a good time. So there's the zoo. All right, so we've got 1, 2. We're gonna put something here. Let's tuck this guy in here. These are the 2. Yeah, the 2 main things. So let me show you what I want to do with the ones that are going to be tucked. So I have been using coffee dyed paper, and I have this other one that has lines on it. So what I want to do is I want to attach this to the coffee dye paper, and I want to be able to have the back to write on, and I want to leave it, I don't know if I want to leave it a little, you know, fluffy around it, you know, because it could get a little messy. So I don't know if I want to attach it here in the middle. Let's just do the middle, and then we'll go from there. So I'm gonna just do all the perimeter, and then do the center, and then we're going to go from top to bottom, right? And here we go. And the back is a little bit wrinkled. We're just gonna get that nice and flat. Okay, and so we missed a little spot. We'll check for that. I don't want to get too much glue on my workspace. Okay, another little spot. The corners, I missed the corners completely, huh? There it is. Okay, okay. And this guy. Now I'm gonna put it in there for now, but I might move it because now that I'm thinking about it, one of the things that also is that I went to Brooklyn Tech, and with Brooklyn Tech, the bridge is our mascot. So I'm gonna put that here because it is relative to that. And so let's just put that there. Okay, Brooklyn Tech. Okay, now, do I want to cut perfectly around this, or let's see. Well, we can do this. Let's do the edge first because we have that kind of going on, right? And then if I don't like it, I can always just cut it more straight and alongside the actual shape of the card. So, I'm getting closer and closer as I go around, so that may become an issue. Okay. It's not bad. The irregularity does not bother me. So let's bring the journal back and take a look at that. So we're going to tuck this boy for here right now in there. It's a really big pocket for what that is, but that's fine. Okay, let's keep going. So we've got nothing here. It's just decorative. All right, and then we have this. So now what do we want to put here? Since the Metro card is there, I kind of think I want to put this guy over here. So I want to measure this, and let's not mess this one up. Measure it to there, and then to right there. So that we get the fit there. Oh wait, gotta change this. See, this is what I'm saying. This thing from Tim Holtz, no bueno, because you have to constantly change out the blade and the scoring. It needs to be able to disappear completely, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think he's doing anything new with his stuff right now in terms of trying to get it straight, trying to not talk and get it straight. Let's hope for the best there. Okay. So the workers at night, this is the vibe. This is what we would see. Let's I'm gonna put my thing into that ink, and I'm gonna be very upset. Let's grunge up this, the grunge up of the New York City grunge. Yeah, so running around, you know, as an older teenager, because, you know, my dad had us unlocked. You know, 18, 19, 20-ish, fell at home. This is what we see at night. Let me make sure I didn't get it. Yes, I kind of did, but let's try to smudge it a little bit. Oh, well. Now I know. Cover the damn thing. So it's covered. All right. Let's put this guy over here. So we're going to put him here. And I'm going to use not the hot glue. I'm going to use the regular glue and keep it matted a la my card making things. And then we're going to put this here. Okay. So let's move it. Move. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, this is not art glitter glue or barely art. This is something called Sede craft glue off of Amazon. I bought it on the 20th, and I just want to see how it works. It seems to be like kind of close to them. It does have a little movement, which is great. All right, so over here, I think I want to go back to some of those scraps that I have. Where are they? And look for something that it would have been nice to have been able to put maybe something like this, but I messed up on that, so that's not gonna work. Okay, so just looking for something interesting. Oh, I wanted to cover. Oh, it's upside down. Okay, now that might work. Will it work? I don't know. Will it work? It's Manhattan. More of Manhattan. Maybe I could do this and just get the Hudson River, because that's also something significant to, you know, New Yorkers. Okay, let me get the measurement for this, which is right about there. So I'm just going to fold this one here, and I'm going to use the scissors for this one, because, you know, yeah, this, you see, this is the space that I have, so gotta make it, gotta work within it. I think I'm a little off. Let me go a little bit more. Okay, that looks decent. Let's take a look. I mean, it's not gonna be that way, but yeah. Okay, so we're going to do the Hudson River here, and I think I am gonna take off. Do I want to mat it? I think, you know what? Yes, I'm gonna mat it. I'm gonna mat it like, you know, normal. Okay. All right. So it'll be a little bit of, but it says the Hudson River, which is what I was hoping for. All right, let's put this guy here. Okay. And then we will need to find some kind of journaling spot or something to put up in there. Okay. And see how much of Staples gets covered. Enough that it won't feel some kind of way. Okay. All right. Ah, I forgot to ink it. Did you see that? I forgot to ink that. Am I going to try to rip it off? Oh, no. Yes, I am. It ain't no art glitter glue, let me tell you that, because it just let me take it right off. But I guess that's a blessing for me, because it was missing that part. You get ahead of yourself. You start thinking like all the things you have to do. And yeah, so this does not have that much ink on it, which is fine. Like I said, I tend to be a heavy, but if it comes out light every now and then, no worries, no foul. You know what? I'm gonna, so I can see where the glue was. All right, back again. A little smushing, a little twisting, a little turning. There we go. Okay, so I'm not going to put anything else here in turn. Oh, no, remember, I was going to put the tokens, the extra tokens. So let's take a look at that, because like I said, I created those extra clusters, but I have a ton of these guys left. And just to add interest over here, let's see here. Can we tuck a few like so? This guy is really, really inked. And another one of a different kind, maybe like that. 3. And then do we have, can we put maybe 2 there? That might be too much. I want to show Hudson River, so I can't really cover that. I don't want to just put 1. I could put one. I have one of these guys. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. 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 I need to bring this up. I hope I'm in. I don't even know if I'm in frame for you guys. Oh, let me move this more up. Yes, I think that's better. Yeah, okay. I don't need that right now. I'm going to put glue on this guy. And I'm gonna put him here, kind of low. Hudson River still shows. I hit it up a little too aggressively, but I'm gonna take one of these labels that I have, and I'm just gonna kind of cover some of that. Why not? It's all good. Now with this one, I'm going to put some here and put some back here so that I could tuck that there. I'm going to do the same with this one and this one right here and tuck that there. And then this guy who got really hit, I'm gonna put here. I think that's cool. Okay. Cool. So just some real basic, just a little something. So I think we're good here. Let's move on to the next set of pages. Okay, so this one I need to put some tape. I don't think this is going to work because it's that sticker paper stuff. Let's see. Okay. All right, it seems to be working with this glue. Let's get some of these down because I want to be able to put stuff in the pocket, of course, but I don't want it to get snagged on this. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to actually glue on the sides and on the bottom. And we're going to put this right here. So now I have a pocket that I can tuck something into. So I think we're going to tuck another MTA in there. So let's do that because I haven't cut the other ones out yet. So I gotta, work with what I have, and then we'll do some more cutting, make some more ephemera, if I want to be so bold as to call it that. Take another coin, a different one than we had. Let's see, like that maybe, and then fold that guy in half. And even though it covers up the MTA, the M, that's fine. It is fine. Okay, there we go. Here we go. It's nice. Nice there. So we have another another tag to put there. All right, so I think we're gonna put some more distressing over here. I think I'm gonna be like, we have some coffee here, and so we'll try to hit that up a little bit, but not get too crazy. Let's do this guy over here, right, and this one up here. Okay, and then we will hit this one. Oops, and this one here. So a few spots of coffee. Now, do I want to do one of these guys, to have another spot to add some more interest? I'm like looking at this, I'm like, it's not that bad, I don't think so. What do you guys think? Just cut this up. I don't know. We'll have to put that on the back burner for now. We can add a belly band later. We have tokens there, so I'm not going to add another cluster there because that would make no sense right now. Okay, and let's keep going. to the bulk of where I guess I grew up, which is the hood. So we're talking about Brooklyn. So when it comes to Brooklyn, so we're gonna put a tag in here, and we're gonna put, you know what? I could put all the different things in Bushwick, in Brooklyn. So this is kind of like where I grew up, in Brooklyn. We have a couple different places. So that is one of the main blocks that I was on. I grew up in Bushwick. And again, this is just, you know, decorative. Bushwick, Bushwick. Let's see. Let's add some of the staple things here. Myrtle Avenue, Knickerbocker was another key location for me growing up. Another key block. Okay, Bushwick, Knickerbocker. Let's see, do I have more Brooklyn over here? Yeah, I have some Brooklyn over here, so I think, let's see. I'm gonna put Coney Island. Coney Island was another significant place for us people who travel to go do things in the city. Wow, I can't get this off. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh. Oh, shoo, 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 shoo. Oh, there it goes. I need nails. They're not growing. Coney Island. Coney Island. Down here. What else was down here was another one of my schools, which was Kingsborough. I went to Kingsborough for my associates, so let's throw those two down in Brooklyn as well. Okay. Kingsborough. Oh, we got a little, you know what, I'm gonna have to cut that because no, I don't want anything that distressed like that. That's not my intention, and I didn't do it to the other one, so. Okay, and so we have Kingsborough. Kingsborough and Coney Island are down here in Brooklyn. I think I might have covered the word Brooklyn. Da-da-da, but so be it. I know what it's there for. I know what it's there for. Let's see, do I have another Brooklyn, or am I going into Queens here? This is Queens. So I need to add some more stuff to Brooklyn. So I think these two pages are gonna have places to tuck. Let's see. Looking at the rest of what I have, so most of this other stuff is Brooklyn. I have some other streets that we were known to go through, a couple of the schools that I went to. Streets. Then this is Queens. Yeah. So Queens has a couple. I have something for Staten Island. And so all of these kind of have to go around in Brooklyn. So the hood. Let me do the schools of the hood, because why not? These are just decorative elements. So my middle school and my elementary school, because why not? I'll put all the streets over here. That might be a good cohesion to there. And I still gotta find something for down here. So give me a second while I finish taking these off, because this is a mess. Right, so this will be my schools, right? Let me put the rest of my streets around here. So yeah, so Knickerbocker, Myrtle, Stanhope, Central. Now these are avenues and streets. I didn't put the avenues and streets on these little tickets. Wilson, let's put Wilson. It's another major one. That, so these were kind of the blocks that we were, when I say we, because I also have a brother, that we were kind of like held to. And one more, and then that'll be the blocks that are more significant in our lifetime. Being in Bushwick. So these were our streets. Our streets of running around, terrorizing. No, not terrorizing. Running around and just, hanging out in the hood. And then over here, these are the places that we visited. I have to put this one, and I was thinking of putting the supermarket too. But like, even though, it's not right here, I'm going to put Tony's Pizzeria because that was another big deal in Brooklyn. All right, so I need to go back and figure out what's going to go in the bottom of these two pages. So let's take a look at what I have. I have this, which is the bus, and I could, just because to have another element, I could put the buses here, or I could put the buses over here. I think I'm gonna put the buses over here. And let me put my pen. Oh, bye bye to the ink, to the pen. No, to what is that called? Yeah, that's the word. Glue stick. I couldn't think of the word. Glue stick. I'm gonna put this over here, and we're going to right about there. Okay. So let's grab that. Okay. Let me take that off. We're gonna probably cut up these and use some of them. These are the bridges that are in and out of New York. So I got them all, but like right now the Brooklyn Bridge was the most significant, I guess, one relative to me. So we're going to add the buses to our little layout right here because these places you could basically just walk to without a problem. This is all walking distance. This is like straight up the hood. You didn't need a bus or anything like that. But so that makes me think, do I want to put, no, that's not, that's good. So, but I'm gonna need some kind of decorative element. So I had the taxi cabs, which is more like a Manhattan thing. Buses and stuff are more like a Queens, Brooklyn thing. You didn't really do cabs. They didn't have like Ubers and stuff like that back in the days when I was growing up. So this is just referencing. Now, of course, this is a cartoony kind of bus, and it's laid out this way because I'm trying to replicate like the bus yard, I guess. But it's all good. Okay, now what am I gonna put here? What do I have that I could put there? I have another tag. I don't want to put that one there. I want to put something else. I don't know what I'm gonna put. You know what? How far away was that Metro card thing? Maybe I can cut out the Metro cards because these are all different versions of student cards and a regular card. And maybe I can just make a little fan cluster of them here. Okay, I think I'm going to do that because I don't want to put another map down here. And so let's cut these bad boys out like that. Yeah, so we had to use Metro cards and such when we were traveling. But when I first started going to school and traveling, that was in high school. That's when I went to Brooklyn Tech. And I had to take the bus. Oh, I should add some of the bus numbers up in here too. Or the main bus number, the one that we took all the time, which was the 38. Pretty much to everywhere. We want to go shopping, downtown Brooklyn, etc. And so... there you go. And yeah, so I think I'm going to do that. Let me just get these separated. And then we would pay like a nickel to get on the bus as a student. And I don't even think, honestly, in reality, I don't even think if that was even the thing, like if that was true. I don't know where I got this idea that it was a nickel. Somebody might have said it to me and I just was like, yep, we need nickels. But yeah, so, but now like bus fares and stuff like that are like totally free for the kids. Of course you have to be within a certain distance of travel. I mean, I work, I'm a teacher, so I know the kids get, I think it's called an Omni card, and they get like 4 passes, four fairs, like 4 uses a day, I believe, is what I was trying to say. Okay, so let's clean this up and let's ink these guys up. I have a corner rounder, so I'm gonna take care because it is rounded, but I don't want to cut the corner round because I'm no good. I'm no good at that. When it's this small, I'll fussy cut when I have to, but if I don't have to, I'm gonna try not to, because yeah, that's a thing. I saw these labels that I made. Oh my gosh, I made them in so many different colors in like 8 different shapes. And I cut them on white cardstock and on craft half and half. So I have like 10 shapes, 10 different shapes, 8 different colors, and I have them in my Ko-Fi shop. And I printed them out so that I could have some white and have some in craft color. Let me tell you something. I'm still cutting. I'm still cutting. And then I did a few experiments with, you know, kind of like pasting them before I cut them. Like, not pasting them. What is the word? Stamping them before. And that went okay. That's the ones I was showing you earlier. So yeah, these are getting the ink because I hit up with a fresh dip. That's all right. That's okay. That's all right. So, yes, anybody who's a junk journal out in New York, out on Long Island, if you're watching this, hey, leave a comment. Where you at? Where do you shop? How long have you been junk journaling? Would you guys consider this a junk journal? I mean, I used things, you know, I got these papers are from printouts, you know, it's like using the digitals. And, you know, being new to the thing, the whole junk journal of it all, there are some people that are say that if you're using digitals, it's not like being, how do you call it? What's the word? Not authentic. I guess it's not an authentic junk journal if you're using whatever. Okay, so let's make a pocket thing here and go like this, right? Let's see, right? Okay, and that'll go with the fact that we have all these colors happening throughout the book as well. All right, I like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually use some tape just to kind of get these stuck together first, and then I will pick them all. Oh, come on. Okay, so let's see here. I don't want to... Okay. And so these, we're going to do like that. More like a fan. And... yes. I say yes, and then I don't put glue. All right, let's try this again. Gives us, we have a little wiggle room. Okay, like that. Yes. Okay, that's gonna be yes, and I'm just gonna put glue. I think it's up to about here. I'm gonna put some on the top here so I make sure that I am getting that. And let's put that there. Okay, right. I think that looks cute. That looks so cute. And it goes with the bus idea because, you know, this, I mean, you use it on the train as well, but for me, it was the bus. Okay. All right, so we have 2 pages more done. Let's go on here. We are done with this in terms of what's going to be up here. Let's add a little more crackly. And, or should we add some more? No, I want to add some more crackly. Okay, let's just lightly pass this through on a diagonal. And we're gonna get that, and then why not some down here? Okay, so I feel like I need a little bit right there and a little bit right here. All right, I think I'm good with that. All right, so we are, let's do another quick little run through. Cover, boom. Manhattan, main places. Okay. Oh, you know what? Since we're here, I'm gonna throw this. I'm gonna throw some tread marks because of the cab being here. Right? That's not bad. Then I do have the one which I can put wherever. I just wanted to do one and show you what we're going to be doing for the tags. So this is done. We need something to put here. So I want to put, you know what, I'm going to make it, I'm going to put it because I want to make sure that I'm doing all of the things. We had 3 of these, and I just realized that I put this one upside down or in a different orientation. Upside down. So the MTA will be there and the words will be cut out. But you know what? It's all good. It's all good. All right, let's try to find another little one that I could do. Do I want to do this? No, that one was bad, dirty. I'll take one of these clear ones again. So let's fold that in half. And then we're going to put the glue here. So, you know, thinking about this, I feel like there are things that I could have gotten to maybe kind of add to the New York, but I don't know if they would have been necessarily to my experience, right? So here we go. There's that. So again, we are going to sew this together. I'm going to comply. I need a tuck here. I need a tuck there. We can make those later and fill those up later. We're going to leave this empty. This has tokens, but I feel like down here is a little lacking. So I think I'm going to add just because. Why not? I'm not mad at it. And it doesn't bother me that it is really close. Okay. I just feel like it's a little empty. Okay. And if you're going to make all this stuff, you got to use all the stuff. You got to use all the stuff. All right. The hood. Then we have this. So far, beautiful. Over here, we have Tony's Pizzeria. We need a tuck. Now, we need to address what we're going to do down here. Again, looking to see what I have left. But I also... Oh, I got this dark one. We have a dark piece another place. I think I'm going to use this dark piece here because it's only in one spot. And I want there to be a little bit of, you know, cohesion and stuff like that. or cross-pollination of the different things. There was a designer, this guy, oh my god, what was his name? I forgot his name. He was on TV, obviously. Bald guy, thick, bushy beard, and he would show you how to design and how to bring one set of whatever from one side of the room, and I think he said cross-pollination, so that's where it came from. Anyway, so let me just ink this up, and then maybe we can put, I don't know, something. I don't really have more than just the tokens, which I feel kind of bad about, but it is what it is because that is my experience. I didn't even think about like a transfer paper. We used to get transfers to go from one bus to another bus, and that was a thing. And yeah, and so maybe that. But then once Metro cards came into the mix, it was kind of a wrap when it comes to those transfers. So maybe that's why it didn't come to my mind now, because I'm thinking of other things to kind of put. So, okay, let's attach this here. Okay, so we got that going on here. Okay, now let's see, talking about that, I don't know what this is. New York City Transit Authority. This is Matt Old. This was on their website. You know what? I think I'm going to cut them out. and I'm gonna stick them there because hey, why not? These are a New York City thing. This came off of their website. So I don't think I'm gonna use much more Metro cards because we've used a lot. Okay, so we got this. We're gonna just cut that there, and I'll tuck it behind the other one and make it part of a cluster. And we'll put that cluster here. Gotta cut into the coin. I'm not cutting straight. I'm so bad. Plus, I feel like I'm rushing. I don't know. Hopefully, you know, you guys are watching and you're listening to my ramblings and you find it interesting or at least silly. I don't know. You're kind of hanging out. So let's see here. How can I put this? I don't always want to put everything on the bottom. Maybe I should put this up here. It could hang off, but see, I don't like the way that 5 is back sideways. Can I do that? Can I do that? Can I do that? Can I ground it with this? How about if I ground it with some paper? I don't see why not. I got paper everywhere else, right? Let's see. Can we ground it with some paper? And then we put this here. And then we put this there. I'm not mad at that. I think I'm going to do that. Okay. So, I'm not going to ink this because I think this is dark enough. And I don't think I've been inking the paper except for that one time. So, that one time will be an anomaly. Y'all know the word. Put it in the comments. Anomaly. Oh, my goodness. Oh, sheesh. Oh, I forgot to ink these. I will ink these now before I put it down. Why? Why? If we're inking everything, do we often forget that we have to ink these things? Okay, so I'm going to put that like that. I gotta move him over because he's hanging off the green, and that's not, we're not hanging off that. And then I gotta ink this one, and then, okay, let's put some glue. Let's put some glue more on this side because I believe this is going to hang. Yes, like that. Okay, that's not bad. So we're gonna have a little tuck there. That's already decorated, and then I still have some stuff to put on. There's only a few things in the Queen's words because I'm just putting the towns. There wasn't anything really crazy significant. So here's our Queens. I think with the Queens, let's try another type of stencil, which is this brick. Okay. So technically speaking, down here is more or less where I used to live. So I'm just going to ink up a few spots. Up here, some spots through here, and a little corner action over here. And you know what? That's good. That's good. Oh my goodness, I dropped things. So if the table's moving, I'm sorry. All right, let's go. All right, so the main places for me in Queens were the areas of Glendale and Ridgewood. So we're going to put those down here. So we have Glendale and we have Ridgewood, relatively speaking. Okay, so that's that. Now I still have a bunch of other clusters, so let me see if I have another horizontal or vertical. What do I got going on here? Kind of, I think I'm gonna put that. So there is a beetle, and I say, you know what, yeah, we had bugs in the neighborhood and rats that ran around in the neighborhood, and it was bad in Bushwick and in Ridgewood for a very long time when I was younger. So yeah, I just, you know, it's a quick little reminder of the wholesome and, you know, place that I came from. So that's that. Now we need to have something, something here, and then here and here. Okay, now this is for Staten Island. I do not know where the ferry is in Staten Island on this map, but I know that we would take the ferry as a day out. We would go jump into the train, head down to wherever it was that we had to go with my parents, and it would be an outing, and we would get on the ferry and we would go over to Staten Island. Maybe we'd come out for a little while, just hang out on that side, but then we would come straight back. So the ferry was an important part of my growing up. And so I think I'm going to add some of the coffee stuff, because that feels waterish, you know? So yes, let's just do that. Okay, and a little bit up here. Okay, and I'm good with that. Just a little something, something. Now I still need to put something here, and I need to put something over here. So we need to cover this. What do I have left? Okay, I didn't mind this, so I'm like thinking, could I do that there? It's a possibility, but it's like to introduce something so dramatically new. So let's take a look again. We got that. We're gonna make some tuck spots after this. This is gonna stay like that. I think we need some distressing over here. We didn't distress anything. Let's do the crackle. It's just the easiest one, the go-to one. And again, just a little bit. Nothing major. You don't even hardly see it. It's just something to give a little interest to the map. It's all right. We're gonna tuck. Just decorative. We're gonna tuck. Let's see. This is just decorative. We're gonna tuck. Okay. Decorative. We're gonna tuck. We need this down here. Decorative, and we're gonna tuck. And then oh, the ferry. I could have put the ferry here too. Oh well. Let's add some of this over here. Let's see. Which one? I think I want to put this bad boy. Because, you know, I made them, I'm gonna use them. Okay, hold on. Oh, what if we put this one up here? Or down here? What do we think? What do I think? Where do I want this? I think I'm gonna put that one there. And then I have two more. But I don't think I'm gonna put both of them. I don't think so. Let's see, put this one. Let's put this bad boy here. Okay. And don't know what I'm gonna do right there with this. And then over here, let's put that one there, because, or is it this way? Might be this way. Let's put it that way. And again, it's got that little beetle on it, even though this is for Staten Island. So maybe I should have put it up there just to cover Staten Island, but it says it there. All right, we're just gonna do this right now. We're gonna put it up there, even though, because I was, you know, I'm tending to put all of them on the bottom, and that's not necessarily great. So I wanted to change it up. So let's put this little bad boy up here. Okay, and because it has this there, and because I'm gonna just put that on it, because I don't want it to say long. I don't want it to say Staten Island. Okay, Staten Island. Okay. All right. So we need to go back and we need to find something for here. So do I have anything that maybe will fit that I can clean up? So yeah, that's a little short. I don't want to put another thing. Okay. I have this. I could put this guy from here. Where's my pen? Where'd I put the pen? Okay, so this is the overall bus map. I have the bus map where LaGuardia is. I have this part over here. So these are little inserts when you have the map. I think I'm going to try to grab this. So we're going to do it up to the blue. And then, where's the, up to here. And let me cut that first and then we'll figure out the length so that I can do the mat on that. Okay. So we're going to cut up to there. And then we're going to cut over there. And we're going to see what part do I want to... I could do this part and I can just get that little section. Oh, I should cut that white off. Extra white. So let's do that. Let's cut that white off. And let's see here. Okay. Or do I cut it this way and get rid of this? I think I want to do that. Okay. All right. So now I'm feeling like I'm a little quiet. I don't know. If you're seeing the second one, you kind of know that I've been yammering for like a minute, and I feel like you came to see things, but you want to know why things are being done the way they're being done. At least in some cases, but I know that there are videos out there that people just, they don't talk and they just do their thing and they're great. I don't know if I'm one of those people, but I don't know if you guys want to hear me. I don't know how many stories I have. So yeah, we'll see. Just trying to get this done today with you guys. If we don't get to the cards on the inside, I gave you the example of what they're gonna look like in terms of matting them, etc. So you can always check my other socials for the finals. I'll link those in the bottom down below. Okay, so this guy has something. We're gonna tuck something there. This is decorative. We need something for here. Okay. And I know that I had those pages that I said we were going to use. I think I'm going to be using them mostly for a couple of, tags. And these guys are going to become journaling cards. All the city bridges are going to become journaling cards. I'm going to start getting rid of... I know I should be keeping these as scraps, but these are digitals that I printed. You know, I just got them from the internet, sized them up, etc. These I'll keep. Because everybody's like, oh, you know, use your scraps. But do you keep your digital scraps? I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, if it's something that's so different. See, like, what am I going to use these for? You know? But the colored ones, I can see myself using them for something. So I'm going to keep those to the side. Yeah, so I don't know. Let's see here. I think I'm going to make this a huge journaling card only because it is cool and I'm going to tuck it somewhere. I don't know where. I'll figure it out. This is a scrap I'm not going to use. This could become a tag, but I don't think so. This, I was thinking I could make a dangle, so I might have a charm. This is a Manhattan one. That's the Bronx one. If I have for any other cities, I might keep those too. I'm not sure. Let's see, who's this? This is more Manhattan, so I want to keep that. This I use as part of the cover. I'm not going to keep this. What is this? Possibly, let's see. This, yeah, I'm not going to keep that. I use the buses. I'm not going to use another bus. it doesn't fit into the thing. I don't think I want to have, I'll hold it off as maybe doing a journaling card. I'm not sure. This is a journaling card. This could possibly be a journaling card. I don't know. Oh, I have this. We can get a little more colorful and stuff. But the thing is that it's a little too short given that I've been matting these out, so that's not gonna work for me. But this one, oops, this one might, so hold off to that. I can get that. This is another possible journaling card. These are all journaling cards that I'm gonna do. Okay, and I have some more maps. These I will keep because they're full sheets of paper. Should I keep these, guys? You know what? I'm going to hold on to them for now. I'm just going to get them out of my way because I'm thinking the process. So these are the guys that I was talking about. They're going to become tags, the ones that have this, and these are going to become journaling cards. So I just need a piece to finish off here and there. So let's use this guy. This is Staten Island. So I think I'm going to leave the Staten Island in it and work off of that. So let me cut this up. Okay. Okay, so we got that straight edge. Staten Island, that could be a dangle, is down here. Okay, okay. Might have to cut off a little bit of it. So do I cut off? No, we're gonna do this. Okay, I'm gonna need to cut this here to here, and then to about here. All right, so we are on the home stretch. We are on the home stretch, people. We got the top cut. Let's get the bottom cut, the sides cut. We got the side cut. It's a little crooked, but that's all right with the inking. Hopefully we will straighten it all out. Let's see here. Go over. Okay. All right. So we've got that last vertical set up. I still have another little cluster. So we'll see if there's a spot to put it. Or maybe I'll put it on a journaling card. I'm not sure yet. I want to use what I have, right? What I've made. Okay. So yeah, I printed on photo paper. It's like 65 pound. It's this Epson matte photo paper that I've been getting off of Amazon. I'm not sure if I like it or not because I feel like sometimes I've printed out things and they've come out so vibrant. And then I print the same thing again and it's like, what happened? So I'm on the fence about using this for digitals. Oh, it's a little tight, but you know what? I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. I'm sorry, I'm gonna leave it. All right, and so we have a few things. I'm gonna just take these things that we will be using on dangles out of the way. I'm trying to a little cleanup, so to say, a little cleanup. And we don't need this right now, or this, or these, or this. Okay, put that to the side. The scissors, not right now. And these we aren't gonna need. So ones up, I didn't make any belly band, and I didn't use this boy either. Which is kind of like, I liked this stamp, but with the distressed ink, it really wasn't given what it could have been giving. So I think I'm just gonna put my stuff away. So basically I take everything out of the packaging. I get these and then I put the store where I got them from. Do they have a name? No. So I just know that, you know, if you want to go look for them, you can try Amazon because that's where I got this one from. Okay, so we have one more little spot, which is this one to do, and so we're gonna go back to our scraps. Where the hell did I put them? Our horizontal scraps, and see what we can use. If anything, I don't think I have anything that's wide enough. I guess this is wide enough, and but it's not tall enough. So yeah, that's not, and well, I could do this. More map, 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 and more map. That's all I can say. Map, 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 and more map. All right, let's do it up to here, and then from there until about there. Okay. All right, let's do that first. We'll keep that. Let me double check that I was doing it from the right. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do that. And then, yeah, I know, I gotta double check. And inside of this mark. Okay, that should be good enough. Okay, so I'm toss that over there and toss this over here. All right, we are in the home stretch. Did I say that before? I don't know. I feel like I did. If you have stayed this long, I hope you have interacted with the video and let me know what you're thinking. I restarted this channel. Well, I just started this channel rather, and I was gonna start April 1st. And I was gonna be the 100-day whatever, but then I got really sick and more nasally and congested than I sound right now. And it just wasn't happening. I started to get involved with the ABC April 2025 collab from 7 Plaza and Crafty by Tony. But then, oh, it's almost upside down. Is that upside down? No, this is upside down. I was gonna put it upside down. That would have been nice. That wouldn't have been nice. Okay. And so yeah, so I'm gonna make all of these journal cards and I'm gonna put them in another point in time. I'm gonna finish off this thing with a little bit of some brick, maybe. Right. And then over here a little bit, just because, why not? And let's see, can't put the cluster because we have one over there, so that would be too much. We are going to put a tuck there, so let's go through and see if we find a spot for this bad boy. We have one there. We are our pockets. This is what our journaling spots are going to look like. I'm going to put whatever and back them all. So page 2. Page 3, we have our tags. We're going to add more tags and stuff. This is mostly just decorative. We're going to put some tags and some journaling spots here and here. That's good. We have that and that. We have some more decorative. We have tuck spots and some story here. We've got the hood. We've got our little tuck spot. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. And then this is going to be covered as well by a little tuck of something. That's fine. I don't have one of these around here, but I don't feel like it goes. Whoops. Almost dropped the glue. Sorry. Let me put this away out of my way. Then we have our decoration. Nothing. We have a tuck spot there. And then we're going to have decoration. We're going to have a tuck. We have one of these bad boys already. Then we have decoration. We didn't do anything here with any kind of stencil. So I don't think it will show up. This is the map. But there's some there. You know what? It's all right. Let's try. Just a little something, something, a little something, something. Give it some interest and depth, right? Okay. All right, so this is decorative. We're going to tuck there. We have one of these already. We've got one of those already. So maybe this might go on the back. A little tuck, and this is decorative. I wish I had put the fairy over here. I mean, I don't think it will come off. I don't want to mess up anything, but that's all right. Yeah, so we're going to have a tuck there. And then this is our MTA. Let's see. Is there a spot here that we can put this in that it will look cool? Up here? No. I think there. You know what? It's made. I'm going to do it. It's made. I'm going to do it. So that is it. that is it for this video. I would love to show you the final version, but I don't even know how long this video is. It's probably crazy long, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna go about editing it, if at all. I tend to kind of want to show everything, so that's another thing I'm going to learn, see if people want to, you know, experience that with my channel. And yeah, so here we go. So this is it. The final version, of course, will have all of the journaling spots, and I will do a closure, not a closure, I will be binding them together. So here is my NYC This Is Me junk journal per se. Again, one more final, and this is our cover. This is the interior with all of the flags and all of our tuck spots and pockets. Thank you for hanging out with me these 2 days while I put this together and listening to my ramblings. And if I am your jam or with your vibe, then please, by all means, subscribe, and I will be getting out more videos on a hopefully more consistent schedule, starting May 1st, which is in a couple days. I have a couple more things I want to do. Anyway, thank you so much, and until next time, ciao ciao, bye.